Quiero Taco Bell. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today, I'm showing you a modified max effort lower body workout. I actually will be creating like a tiny little ebook on how to modify max effort if you are, in fact, someone that likes using the conjugate method or just likes using max effort method or just needs a different idea for their heavy upper or lower body workouts. That's going to be great for one of you guys. So I'm doing 5 sets of 2. I started off with 265 pounds. I'm doing a fairly low cambered bar squat to a box. I found this is great for leg drive out of the hole. It's great for building your deadlift. However, you don't want to go too low. Parallel is good, because if you think of a deadlift, you're never normally sinking your hips that low. So you don't want to just turn this into an ATG squat that is just paused on a low platform. That is a great strategy, but I do think that's only applicable for a certain type of population, and for the rest of the population, most likely just going to speed up injury. The reason being is when you box squat, you kind of want your hamstrings to be on the box. If you're not someone that's done box squats a lot and you're not conditioned to how you're supposed to brace your core at the bottom in order to protect your spine, this is a recipe for disaster. But most people should be box squatting in a way where the box is set, where not only it's just your tailbone and glutes on the box, but your hamstrings as well. That's why you want a wide box like that to cover as much of your lower body as possible. When you put it too low, your hamstrings are not going to have anything to rest on. That's just a quick little tip for people that might hurt their lower back box squatting or are afraid to box squat because they don't know what height they should be doing it at. So 5 sets of 2, and I just increased 20 pounds every set as I went up. It's a way to get a good stimulus without having to do a max. Then my back down sets of squats. This is another great strategy. Just because your first exercise was, let's say, a box squat, doesn't mean if you want to do some reps for squatting that you can't just do another variation for your down set. So here I am doing some sandbag squats. Really awkward because of how big the sandbag is. It's like scraping on my inner thighs. But it's great. It's like doing a zercher squat, front squat, things like that. And you really have to squeeze tight. So it builds up your arms as well. It's a great movement. 2 sets of 10 with 230 pounds. Then I am doing some zercher good mornings. They hover off the floor. That's why they're called good mornings and not deadlifts. This is the heaviest I've gone with them for sure, 185 pounds. My arms don't feel like they are the limiting factor that they used to be on these. It's still difficult, but I don't feel like they're constantly slipping out of my arms like they once. I couldn't even hold 95 pounds there just because I was unsure what to do with my body at the bottom position. Then I threw in some kettlebell snatches. I want to get better with kettlebell work, moving my body around the weight as opposed to being so fixed. I have a video coming up on this, on how you shouldn't be so rigid with your training. You should learn other things, use every modality that you have access to. And unless you're competing in a certain sport, you should be very broad with your strength and conditioning as opposed to being so narrow and close-minded. So I did 4 sets of 5, and I worked up to an 80-pound kettlebell for my top 2 sets. And I think I could easily, with a couple more weeks, just like throw around the 100-pound kettlebell. I actually think that's very, very possible. Then I did 60 total reps. It was about in 3 sets of hanging knee raises. This is just to get some blood into my still injured area. I think that's a strategy I'm going to take. I'm just going to do a shit ton of exercises like that, just to get as much blood in that area as possible, help heal up the speeding process. That's the breakdown for the video, and that's all for today. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.